New Earth International presents Wellness Woman with your host, Lynnis Woods Mullins.
Hi, everyone. It's so wonderful to be here again. And first of all, let me say happy almost holidays. It's actually December 1st. Where has the time gone? And here we are at almost the end of the year. And it's such a busy time of the year. And a lot of times I like to talk with people when it comes to their overall wellness about stress and strain during the holidays. And you'll probably see a lot of these tips going around the internet, but I want to tell you, these are tried and true tips that I do every day to get me through the holidays. Some of these tips you might have tried before, but if you can just find one or two, I think it will help relieve your stress. And let me talk about stress a little bit, because I think that we all kind of take for granted with the idea that, okay, we're going to be stressed. And what's the big idea about stress? I mean, you are stressed out then, things work out, and then you're fine. But let me tell you what the big idea is about stress. There's been a direct correlation tied to stress and high blood pressure, stress and chronic disease, stress and heart disease, stress and autoimmune diseases, stress and obesity. Stress is sometimes a key factor in a lot of things that have to do with our overall health. So it's not so much that stress doesn't make you feel good emotionally. Stress can also make you sick. So it's important for us to take a look at some of the things that we can do to slow us down a little bit and to keep stress from putting us into a situation where we can't even enjoy the holidays because we're sick. So I wanted to talk with you about some of those things. There's a couple of things in particular that I really want to encourage you to try to do every day. And I know you've heard this before, but it's so important when it comes to helping our feel-good hormones to come into play. And that is making sure we get that brisk walk in every day. I know that this is the time of the year where the season can be inclement in terms of the weather. I know it can be kind of cold out there. That's why I say brisk walk. But if there's any way that you can get maybe 15 minutes in the morning or afternoon and 15 minutes in the evening, that's fantastic. 30 minutes a day of a brisk walk. And I really want to encourage outside, because that fresh air is important to you. It revives you. It re-energizes you. You need to get a little bit of vitamin D from the sun, if there is still sun out there. And it's just really uplifting in your spirits to be out in nature. But if you really can't get out, if it's really inclement weather, there are things you can do in your house. If you have an elliptical machine, walking on those elliptical machines, that's better than nothing. I know this sounds crazy, but, walking around your house over and over again is better than nothing. That sounds nuts, but it does make a difference in terms of how your body encodes stress. So I want to really encourage you to do those 30-minute walks every day if you can. Another thing I think that is really cool is if you can take the time to take a nap. Now, I know some of us will say, when do I have time for that? I have no time for that. But you know what? You want to make time for that, especially as we age, because when we take an opportunity for a nap, we are rejuvenating our bodies, our cells. We're helping our cells to rejuvenate. We're helping our organs to repair themselves. We're giving our bodies the chance to just stop and relax and cool down. Now, some companies, and even some countries, have siestas, and some companies actually give their employees permission to rest on the job. But even if you have an hour lunch or a 45-minute lunch, if you can take just 5 to 10 minutes to just close your eyes and just relax for a minute, even if you can't actually fall asleep, you will find that your spirit is revived, because when you're fatigued and tired, that's when stress really gets to you. You react to things in a more stressful way. And of course, once again, you're putting yourself into that little stress mode, which ultimately over time can impact your health. So try that. Try to take naps during the day, or give yourself a break during the day where it's peaceful, quiet, where you can close your eyes and kind of shut the body down for a moment. The next thing that's really important is to stay energized when we're tired. That's when stress impacts us the most. So one of the things I suggest to help maintain our energy is to have a green smoothie in the morning. And I know maybe it doesn't sound as attractive because it is the winter time, but do yourself a favor. Go ahead and do the green smoothie. There's all kinds of recipes out there. If you go to my website at praiseworks.biz, I have a free green smoothie recipe book. But the reason why you want green smoothies is that they help to energize your body throughout the day. There's lots of iron, magnesium, and potassium because of the dark green leafy vegetables. You can also put superfoods in there. Chia seed for the protein. Some people like to put in coconut oil, which is a great fat burner. There's all kinds of ingredients you can put in, and your body loves this kind of stuff. Your body just soaks it up. And you don't have to use a milk. You can use a nut milk if you want to, like almond milk. I've seen cashew milk. You can also use coconut water or spring water. I do not suggest cow milk for so many reasons, but usually, especially during this time of the year, cow milk helps to add to the mucus lining. And if you already are, suffering with little colds and runny noses, drinking any kind of dairy is just like so not good for you. And that's a whole nother show in terms of why you shouldn't be eating dairy, especially as you age. But with green smoothies, get some fruit in there. Blueberries, so important for the immune system. When you're under stress, your immune system really gets beat up. And the blueberries, which is a great antioxidant, is so fantastic for boosting your immune system. In fact, I would say another way to energize yourself or to feel more energy is to have an energizing nut mix of almonds, walnuts, blueberries, maybe some apricots, sesame seed. Just throw them in a baggie, and shake them up and down and just pop them in your mouth as a snack. But the blueberries, you can always get them dried blueberries or fresh blueberries. Just make sure somewhere in there, something in the berry family, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, one of those in the family are in your diet every day. Another thing that you can do to help with stress is to journal. Now, once again, we're going to that time thing. When do I have time to do that? Well, first of all, one of the reasons why you want to make time to journal is that it slows you down enough to start writing out your thoughts for the day. Instead of swallowing them and keeping them inside, you write them out, you get them out. It helps to kind of, it's like it catheterizes you. It's cathartic. You just get all of that negative thoughts, negative energy out on paper. One of the things that I do with my journaling, I like to do gratitude journaling, and I do it in the morning. I have this thing that I call start your day in a positive way. And I'll tell you more about that in a moment. But one of the things that I do when I'm starting my day in a positive way is I do gratitude journaling. I write down the things that I'm thankful for. There's been studies that show that the more you focus on the things that you're grateful for, the more you focus on the things that you are grateful for and thankful for, it begins to change the way that you look at life in general. You begin to start looking for things that you can write about in your journal that you're thankful for and grateful for. There's been studies that show that it actually begins to reprogram the brain in terms of how we encode the world overall. And with all the negative things that are going on these days, I think it's important for us to remind ourselves that we still have blessings out there. There are still things that, we can feel thankful for and grateful for. Another thing that I like to do during the course of my day is to take a whiff. Take a whiff of some essential oils that can help uplift you and help you to feel better. One of the essential oils I love is lemon essential oil, and you want to get a 100% pure therapeutic oils. doTERRA is one place you can get those oils. If you go onto Amazon and Google, pure essential oils, all kinds of things will pop up there. But the lemon is energizing. Any citrus, lemon oil, also orange oil, any of those. What it does, it increases your neuroepinephrine hormone levels, and which affect your moods. It gets rid of stress and gives you a sense of well-being. And what I do is I carry an oil in my purse, but I also diffuse it in my office and in my home. So when you walk into my office, you can smell that orange lemon, and it's just kind of uplifting. It energizes you. So during the course of the holidays, I think it's almost imperative that you take a whiff and bring along some essential oils that you can just do to give you a little bit of energy and kind of uplift your mood a little bit. Now, here's something else that I think is really key when it comes to stress, especially during the holidays. Master the art of saying no. I know that we want to be all and do all for all the people in our life that we love. But give some thought in terms of what things that you can do for those that you love that are not going to put you so stressed out that you're no longer enjoying the holidays. And one of the key components is sometimes being able to say, no, I can't do that. And you'd be surprised how it's received. Many times people say, oh, okay. And then they'll go to the next person to see if they'll do it. And it's not that you don't want to be responsible. It's not that you don't want to help. But the first thing that you want to do when it comes to the holidays is enter into self-care. Because if you're not taking good care of yourself, it's going to be hard for you to be there for everyone else. So learn the art of saying no and be okay with it. Say no and let it go. Don't say no, and then afterwards you're like, oh God, I should have said yes. Oh, I feel so good. Let go of all that stuff. Many times we set our own expectations. The people that you say no to, they're like, okay, and they go on to something else. Really, seriously, we're the ones who continue to beat up on ourselves and hold on to it and cause stress for ourselves. So say no and let it go, okay? Another thing that you can do that can help you with your stress levels during the holiday is detox your digital. And of course, now some of you are listening to this program digitally, so I'm not saying do it every single day, but figure out what time of the day or time of the week or what week during the holidays that you're just going to disconnect. Disconnect from social media, disconnect from your cell phone, disconnect from computers, disconnect from television, disconnect from radio, whatever it is. Disconnect for a while and just be. It's amazing how many different distractions we are used to handling now. I mean, we've got our cell phones, our text messages, our emails, social media. Things are popping up. As I'm talking to you right now, 4 things popped up on my cell phone, okay? 4 things popped up on my cell phone. Notifications are popping up on my screen. And I have my iPad here, okay, which I closed, but stuff was popping up there before I started the show. That's very distracting, and it can be stressful, depending on what the messages are. But just the idea of feeling like you have to connect all the time can be stressful. It's okay for you to disconnect digitally, because guess what? About 15 years ago, we didn't have any of this stuff. And we seem to have been doing okay. Maybe we were doing even better. I don't know. But I really feel strongly that giving yourself a digital detox is one of the first things that you can do to really help to distress during the holidays. Now, you would think this isn't obvious, but I think sometimes that we need to state the obvious because sometimes we take it for granted and we forget. You know, laughter is one of the most important things you can do to alleviate stress, especially during the holidays. Don't take things so seriously. Find the sense of humor in everything, especially during the holidays. There's a lot of things to be joyful about during the holidays. You've got the decorations, the special fun goodies that people bake, the opportunity to receive gifts as well as give gifts. If you are a religious person, the celebration of whatever your religion does during this time of year. There's many things to take joy in. And there's a lot of good holiday movies that come out. And if you don't like any of the ones that are out now, go back to the Hallmark Channel, if you like those kind of movies, or the Lifetime Channel, or some of the other, TNT has old holiday movies, or perhaps you have some yourself, and watch a holiday movie and laugh and have joy and feel good. It really is okay to laugh. And it really is okay to feel a sense of contentment and joy, even when everything else around you is going crazy. One of the key things I think you learn as you get older is how to find a sense of humor in whatever it is that you're going through. Because the reality is that most things that we go through, most things that stress us out and have us pulling our hair and everything else, guess what? They pass. I have learned, and this is my 59th year, I'll be 60 in June, and I have learned that this too shall pass. Whatever it is that I'm going through that's causing me stress and I'm worried about, that I get anxious about or whatever, I always tell myself, you know what? Whatever it is going on that's got me like this isn't going to always be that way. And that kind of helps alleviate some of the immediate feelings that I'm having about, oh, I got to deal with this, I got to deal with this. Because if I've survived 59 years, more than likely I'm going to survive whatever it is I'm going through right now. And so I try to take a look at life as a fact, okay, this is what's going on right now in this moment in time. Whether it's good or bad, it's going to pass. And that's another thing that can really help you with stress. That's staying present. Staying focused on what it is you're doing right now, instead of thinking so much about what happened yesterday or last year or what's going to be happening tomorrow, especially during the holidays. We have a tendency to think, oh gosh, we're going to be having this little get together, and oh my gosh, I hope everybody gets along because last year or year before, folks didn't get along with it. Let all that go. Enjoy your holiday season. Stay present when you're gift buying or when you're writing a Christmas card or spending time with friends. Enjoy that moment in time. Stop worrying so much about, what's going to happen next or what happened before. Stay present. Enjoy the moment in time. And when you're talking about staying present and enjoying friends, these days we have all kinds of ways to communicate with our loved ones. If they cannot be right in front of you in person during that holiday season, it's okay to, pick up the phone, give them a call, send them a text message if you want to. But if you really want to feel in person and see their face, Skype them, or FaceTime them. Go ahead and be able to see their face and hear them at the same time. Uvu, we right now, and we have the technology. I remember as a little girl, we used to talk about how one day we'll be able to see people if we're talking to them. And it sounded so Star Trek-y, like another world kind of thing. Well, guess what? We're there. We're here. We can actually see each other and talk to each other at the same time. And there's all kinds of applications out there. Look it up on your apps on your phone to find out what apps will work with your phone where you can actually see the person that you're talking to. It makes it more personal. You get a chance to connect with people you haven't seen in a long time, and it gives you a sense of joy. And I think it's so important that we remember that we're in the joyful time of the year. This is supposed to be a fun year. And here's my last thing that I think really will help alleviate stress. Get cured. Get cured from a disease that I think we all have, especially women. We all have this disease. And that is the need to please disease. Get cured from that. Stop setting those expectations for yourself that you've got to please everybody, because guess what? You cannot please everybody. There's always going to be someone that's upset or not happy or whatever the case may be. And sometimes it's not even about you. Sometimes it's about something else. And we're thinking it's about you. Many times it's not. But I learned how to get delivered from the need to please disease as a result of raising 4 daughters. I finally learned after they got grown that there was always going to be one of them that just wasn't happy about something. And I would always take it personally at first when they were growing up and as they got older. And I got to figure out how to make them all happy at once. And I can probably, maybe I can count on 2 hands now, maybe, when all of them were all okay at the same time. There's always something going on. So get rid of that idea that I got to make sure everybody's happy, because that's impossible. It's impossible to control other people's feelings. The only control we have is over ourselves in terms of how we can feel. So get more vested in finding out how you can please you. So get rid of the need to please disease when it comes to other people and start figuring out what it is that I can do that can bring me joy, that can relieve my stress, and help me to enjoy the holidays and life overall. I hope these tips have been helpful. If you want to find out more about how you can, what I call, distress the mess, I want to offer you something. You can go to my website, first of all, and click on my blog, the blogger icon, and my website is praiseworks.biz. Click on the blogger icon, and all kinds of writings will come up about stress, anxiety, depression, and how to get rid of those feelings, especially during this time of the year. You can also go to my brand new online academy. It's called the Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond Holistic Academy. And if you Google Wellness Woman 40 and Beyond Holistic Academy, or just Google Wellness Woman Holistic. It'll come up, and I have a free course there that you can take. The free course is 7 steps to living an abundant and well life. And I go over some things you can do to release your stress. And I also have a course that's there for a really small amount of money, and it's called De-Stress the Mess. And I give what I call 21 de-stress formations, 21 things that you can do every day that will help you not just de-stress the mess, but also give you better health, help you have more energy, maybe even drop a few pounds. So there's all kinds of things you do. You can feel empowered to really show up in your life and to feel better in your body, because I really think that in order to be well, we have to take an integrative approach. Your mind, your body, and your spirit, they all work together for your good when it comes to this journey we call life. And I want to also put another bug in your ear. I want to give a big thank you to Rachel Love, who is the producer of this program and also the producer and owner of, and I want to make sure I have this right, the newearthtelevision.com. In fact, you're listening to New Earth Television for those of you who are actually looking at this video. And they have some fantastic programs that are really cool right now, in this moment in time, right now, as we move into 2017, video is going to be and is one of the most popular ways to get information. And on newearthtelevision.com, there are wonderful shows that are uplifting, informative, and entertaining that you will enjoy taking a look at. So go to newearthtelevision.com and enjoy all the wonderful shows that are there. I'm there as well as other shows too. So thanks so much for joining us. Again, my name is Lynnis, and I am a holistic living and wellness expert, and I specialize in working with women over 40. And the name of this show is The Wellness Woman Show. I'll see you again next time.
You've been watching The Wellness Woman Show here on New Earth International, New Earth Television.